Straight ahead on 12 News, frustrated by too many police calls at Wal-Mart, lawmakers consider a plan to make the retailer pay. Plus, a Robbinsdale veteran receives an unexpected gift. And later, don't know which way to turn for a Christmas gift? How about a street sign? 12 News starts right now. Hello and thanks for joining us. A group of Minnesota lawmakers and labor union representatives are calling on America's largest retailer to beef up security.
They say shoplifting and other petty crimes at Wal-Mart stores use up too many police resources. And Delane Cleveland joins us now to explain. Delane?
Now, Mike and Alex, since January of 2015, Brooklyn Park police say their local Walmart has had more than 600 calls for service. In Brooklyn Center, during the same time period, police say the Walmart at Shingle Creek Crossing has had more than 2,100 calls. Some state lawmakers say Walmart shouldn't put this burden on police departments.
We just do not have the same kinds of problems as we have with Walmart. And Walmart needs to respond to that because they're the problem child in Minnesota retailing, and they're costing taxpayers a lot more money than the other retailers are.
Lawmakers say Walmart has failed to maintain a trained, visible security workforce, and as a result, they're putting their own workers at risk and placing a heavy burden on police. Lawmakers say the state legislature could potentially step in and set a limit on excessive consumption of police resources. And if Walmart exceeded that limit, they would be ordered to pay for those police resources.
And you may ask, why is this a state issue? Why are we here at the Capitol today talking about this? Well, the state provides local government aid to cities, and part of the reason for that is that all the cities across the state of Minnesota can have police and fire and public safety resources. We're putting a strain on that. So our money's going to that instead of going to the rest of the citizens in the cities.
Meanwhile, we reached out to local law enforcement officials to see whether they supported the plan for beefed up security at Walmart stores. Brooklyn Center Police responded by saying yes, generally speaking. Brooklyn Park Police said they didn't know enough about the proposal to comment. Mike and Alex.
All right, thank you, Delane. A man convicted of breaking into cars at a Plymouth golf course and local fitness clubs has learned his punishment. According to prosecutors, Damian McVeigh and another suspect broke into cars, stealing wallets and purses, and then committing credit card fraud. The thefts occurred on at least 22 occasions around the Twin Cities, including Eagle Lake Golf Course in Plymouth. Police were able to arrest McVeigh by attaching a tracking device to his BMW. For the crimes, McVeigh was sentenced to 1 year in jail and 20 years probation. Firefighters in Plymouth battled not only flames, but the cold to put out a fully involved garage fire. Firefighters say it started in a car that was parked inside. They were able to keep the fire from spreading to the rest of the house, but the frigid weather was no help.
The conditions are very difficult with the wind and low temperatures. We got to really keep an eye on the safety of the firefighters, and that means we have to rotate them out a lot, which requires a lot of resources.
The temperature was about 5 degrees at the time of that fire. Just in time for the holidays, a Robbinsdale veteran receives an unexpected gift.
Reporter Sonia Goins has the story.
46-year-old Joanne Irons is just getting settled in her new Robbinsdale apartment.
And here's my bedroom.
She's grateful to have a place to call home. Less than a week ago, she was homeless.
A lot of people would be like, "You in the shoebox." I don't care, it's mine. I can put a key in, turn the chamber, and I'm at home.
Christmas came early for Joanne, and thanks to several organizations.
I work specifically with homeless veterans.
Community Action Partnership of Suburban Hennepin helped Joanne find permanent housing.
We have a property owner here that cares deeply about veterans and is willing to overlook barriers to housing in their past.
And beyond the yellow ribbon, Quad Communities donated household items.
We've helped set her up in her kitchen. We've brought her a microwave and the kind of things that she just couldn't have access to.
Besides getting a home for the holidays, Joanne says she's getting something much more valuable: peace of mind.
I feel at home now. It's like, okay, I feel comfortable.
It's been a long time coming for Joanne. She served 4 years in the Navy and received an honorable discharge after becoming disabled. You can't see her injuries, but they're there.
I experienced military sexual trauma.
She says one of her fellow shipmates raped her.
I just didn't report it, and so it was like it never happened because it wasn't documented, but I still struggle, from day to day.
Although mental health issues have plagued Joanne in the past, she says things are looking up these days.
I go to the VA, and I got a mental health team that I go and, I try and get into programs to try and help me deal with those issues.
With a new home and healthy mindset, Joanne is back on track.
I never really, had anything like this, happen to me. So it's like a blessing. I'm just grateful. I'm just eternally grateful.
In Robbinsdale, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Patrons at the Golden Valley American Legion also collected money to help Joanne out.
A former pro basketball player with Minneapolis roots is part of a group behind a significant redevelopment plan in Brooklyn Center. Devin George, who won 3 titles with the Lakers, is behind a proposal for Brooklyn Center's so-called opportunity site. That 32-acre site used to have a car dealership, a movie theater, a Circuit City store, and a Minnesota School of Business campus. The George proposal would include up to 475 market-rate apartments, 200 senior living apartments, 60 townhomes, a community arts center, and a brew pub-style restaurant. The city's Economic Development Authority approved entering into exclusive negotiations with the George Group for a 60-day period to see whether the plans are financially feasible.
Osseo School Board Chair Dean Henke says he was always a numbers guy, but that evolved during his years on the school board. Henke did not run for re-election and is leaving the board after 13 years. He points to building the sports dome at Maple Grove High School and progress in closing the achievement gap as 2 accomplishments. He tells new board members, be patient.
There's things that everybody starts out with that you want to do and accomplish, and it takes time. I've been on here 13 years, and progress has come, but potentially if they're anticipating, change in 1, 2, 3, 4 years, doesn't always come that fast.
Henke is one of 7 people across Minnesota honored by the School Board Association for his contribution to public education.
A Robbinsdale holiday tradition stretching back 28 years is once again filling the City Council chambers with toys. Hundreds of items are piled up in Robbinsdale City Hall thanks to donations from residents and Robbinsdale area civic organizations. The toy drive started in 1988 for families that spend the holidays in battered women's shelters as a result of domestic violence. 28 years later, the toy drive is still going strong, and 6 shelters in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, including the Home Free Shelter in Plymouth, will benefit.
And when a kid goes in the shelter and the mom takes them there, that's not the best of times. So we want to make sure that they had a really good, positive thing, especially this time of the year, so they will have toys for Christmas.
It's estimated more than $4,000 worth of toys were donated this year. Coming up, the commitment to buying local. We'll share a Robbinsdale shopping story next.
And then a little bit later in sports, Champlin Park's home opener in boys basketball is a smashing success.
But first, at least we'll see the sun, but temperatures stay in the single digits on Thursday.
Reports show more consumers are making an effort this holiday season to shop local.
Reporter Shannon Slatton caught up with one woman who is committed to keeping her dollars local.
How fun is it to come in here? It's so relaxing. There's no hustle bustle. There's just coming in, you can see a lot of beautiful stuff.
When it comes to holiday shopping,
I'm over here all the time.
Pam McCurdy is truly Minnesota nice.
I really like to shop local. I feel like giving my money to people who are in my community is just a great way to give back and also just to get unique gifts.
She stays away from big box stores and online retailers.
What are the price points on these?
$34.
Oh, nice.
Instead, opting to shop at places like Minnesota Makers in downtown Robbinsdale.
When you actually, give your money to a local, owner, you're actually buying them things for their family and their livelihoods.
Well, they're crucial to us.
Store owners Krista and Jay Kalk moved their shop from South Minneapolis in late summer. From the art to the jewelry, every product is Minnesota made. And Jay and Krista can tell you about it.
We talk about the artists, we explain who they are, what they make, and then we also are always very thankful for the people that come in and spend money here and support the artists.
Krista says they've seen an increase in people committed to keeping their dollars local.
I think people are starting to shy away from buying things, perhaps even the things that are less expensive and paying for something a little bit more, but you know that the money is staying local.
If you do have a local shopping commitment, make a list. Look in local shops, but don't count out giving local experiences too.
Like the craft brewery places, the restaurants, the salons. I have teenagers. They like to do that kind of stuff sometimes. So I think just be creative, make a list, think about where you can go. I mean, how fun is it to come in here?
In Robbinsdale, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
Well, coming up, how you can buy a street sign for a Christmas gift.
But first, Park Center and Osseo battling girls and boys basketball. John Jacobson is in next.
It is early in the season, but a couple of Brooklyn Park basketball clubs look like they are on track. They're rolling.
Off and rolling already, yeah, with 3 wins to start the season. All 3 boys basketball teams in District 279 should be pretty strong this winter. Park Center takes on both of the other teams in the district this week, starting with a game at Osseo Tuesday night. Derek Ogechi has a hot hand early. He cans a 3-pointer from the corner for the Pirates. Then Xavier Bonner drops in a long 2 as Park Center jumps out to a 15-6 lead. Osseo chips away at that lead, and Marmar Hughes hits a 3-pointer, giving the Orioles a 29-28 lead. At the first half buzzer, Khalifa Ahmed hits from long distance for Park Center, and it's 31-all at the break. Lucini Kamara drives to the basket, scores, and is fouled for the Pirates early in the second half as they start to take over. Ogechi hits another big 3 for Park Center. He scores 19 in the game to lead the Pirates. And then Ogechi kicks out the pass to Kamara for another money ball. It's a 68-49 Pirates lead. They win it big, 81-60, the final over Osseo. Top-ranked Champlin Park is going to be a tough team to beat this season in boys basketball. Rebels were at home to take on Centennial Tuesday night. DJ Hunter with the pass, getting it to Theo John, who powers to the hoop to score for the Rebels in the early going. At the other end, John gets a block and outlets to McKinley Wright, and he'll thread a bounce pass to Hunter for the layup and a 10-5 lead. Hunter scores 13 in the game. And the Rebels will trap the ball handler, and Josiah Strong gets a deflection. John sends it back to Strong for the layup as the Rebels start to speed up the tempo. Champlin Park can shoot it too. Strong sinks a 3-pointer from the top of the key. He scores 10 in the game. Wright splits the defense and gets into the lane for a tough shot. He leads 5 Rebels in double figures with 17. Wright goes cross court to Hunter, to Brian Smith for a corner 3. Rebels pull away and they crush Centennial 82-39. For a long time, Osseo dominated the rivalry with Park Center in girls basketball. That's not the case anymore. It's already up 39-15 at halftime. We pick up highlights in the second half. Off the Osseo miss, Dan Simonette to Summer Blakemore for the layup, 50-19, and 11 in the game for Blakemore. Mina Port with a hesitation dribble gets to the lane and scores. She leads Osseo with 21 points. But it's mostly Park Center. Megan Dubois drives from the wing to score. The Pirates continue to dominate the game. Danielle Shaw will drive and get it to Michaela Hayes. Rips it away from the defender, hits the short shot, and she leads Park Center in scoring with 16. In transition, Naomi Fields to Kayla Cox. She drives hard, gets the bounce on the shot, plus a foul. Park Center cruises to a 75-35 win. In girls hockey, both Totino-Grace and North Metro came into their Tuesday night game without a win. So something had to give when these two faced off at Brooklyn Park Arena. First period of play, the Eagles' Megan Zerbe sneaks the puck past goalie Sophie Almquist. Delayed call, but it's ruled a goal, and Grace leads it 1-0. Late in the period, nice move by North Metro's Laura Denchfield to get the puck past the defenseman, and then goalie Aaron Staler. It's worth another look, and it's a 1-1 game after 1. Second period, great setup by Zerbe to Rachel Klesick in front for the power play goal. Eagles score the lone goal of the period to go up 2-1. In the third period, Grace's shot will carry him off the end boards and right to Mackenzie Bartolas for the shot and goal. Eagles lead 3-1. But the Stars get one back 2 minutes later. Anna Ballweber with a nice shot to score on the short side. That's as close as North Metro gets. Totino-Grace wins its first game of the season, 3-2. Breck's girls hockey team features one of the state's top players this year, senior Grace Zumwinkle. She's featured on this week's Sports Jam show on Channel 12. Here's a clip from that story. Grace's hockey talent landed her a place on the U.S. National Under-18 team that she's played for the last 2 summers.
It's awesome, and it's like everyone's bought into the team philosophies and programs, which is awesome, and it's a great level of hockey. Like Minnesota obviously has a great representation, but it's great hockey. Everyone knows like the plays, and it's fun.
Next year, she moves to college hockey and the University of Minnesota, holders of 7 national titles, and home to former Breck star Kate Schipper. You watch the rest of the Grace Zumwinkle story and more on Sports Jam. It's on through tonight, Wednesday at 6:30 and 9:30 p.m. on Channel 12 and 799, and also online at 12.tv. And let's look at sports today.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Well, don't know which way to turn for a Christmas gift? How about a street sign?
Up next, how you can buy your favorite old street sign in Golden Valley. We'll be right back. Our Holiday Lights Tour takes us to Brooklyn Park, where we find a huge display of Christmas cheer, all lit up in the 8,000 block of Upton Circle. It's everything Christmas, lit up trees, snowflakes, reindeer, and snowmen. If there is an outstanding display in your neighborhood, send us an email to news@12.tv. And finally, here's a truly original gift idea.
You can give someone a sign with a dose of nostalgia.
And this obviously is Scott Avenue North, 2200 block.
Golden Valley Historical Society has a wildly successful fundraising effort underway selling old city street signs. For $25, you can buy the post-World War II steel embossed street sign of your choice. The idea came about as street signs are being changed out for reflective ones. And over the past 2 years, 450 street signs have been sold, raising more than $10,000. And the signs have been shipped to buyers as far away as California and New York.
The people who have moved to other locations want to have a little piece of memory. So they order a sign. Or I had one man buy 7 just recently. He was going to give them to his friends in his old neighborhood.
More street signs will continue to come in as road reconstruction projects are completed. And for more information, you can call this number 763-588-8578. What a great idea.
Yeah, Scott Avenue. If your name's Scott,
it's yours. That's right. Take care.
We'll see you tomorrow.